on, you guys? Got Coach So here, and this is your weights and bands, legs and abs strength workout. So it's gonna be all strength, no cardio for today. So rest assured, we are just doing some heavy lifting. We are going to work for a more muscle building approach, a little more hypertrophy style workout. So opting for heavier weights today, so not like obviously 90%, but I would say between 70 and 80, all right, something that you feel comfortable with getting 8 to 12 reps in, okay? And we are going to work in couplet format. So we are going to be doing exercise A, 40 seconds. It's going to be a lower body exercise, exercise B, abs for 40 seconds back to back. All right, so we will have some groundwork, maybe need a mat if you would like. And then we're gonna work through 3 rounds of that. No rest break. Your ab will be your rest for your legs, and your legs will be your rest for your abs. All right, and we have 6 of those couplets today. So let's jump right into that warm up. We'll keep it non-impact since our workout is non-impact today. Starting off with the modified jumping jack. And as always, please modify however you need to for your body. I'll offer modifications along the way, but I want to see you put in all of that effort no matter where you are. So like I said, have a mat if you need it. Let's twist and reach. Just warm up that core a little bit. And side to side with a little bit of a lateral lunge here. Good. Warming up the obliques, warming up the legs. Good. And arms overhead, let's reach out, toy soldiers. Boom. Come up with the straight leg. Try not to swing too hard. Think about it more like a leg lift rather than swinging. Good. And let's take it back. And let's reach up as we lift back. So I know this might feel a little silly, but just warm up that low back a little bit because we have deadlifts today. Like I said, opt for a heavier weight. I'm gonna use a 50-pound kettlebell. You can use a dumbbell or a kettlebell, okay? Does not matter, just something that you can hold that's going to challenge your lower body. Right, all the abs are unweighted, obviously. Let's just find a standard squat, so feet about hip width. You will also need a band for today. Should have said that a little bit earlier. But a band and a weight, all right? Something heavier, like I said. And again, opt for a heavier band. Okay, we only have bands in the second half, so we'll start with the weight, the dumbbell lunges. We'll start with the dumbbell or the kettlebell for the first half, since that's gonna be a little more challenging. And then we'll take it back to the band after that. Good, so have it nearby, but we won't be starting with it. Good, and let's hinge, touch the floor with a deadlift. Hinge from those hips, keep those knees in line with the ankles. Keeping the weight in the heels, really working through the glute contraction. When we stand up, we don't want to hyperextend the hips like this. I see this a lot because we kind of want to give our low backs a break, or our glutes a break, and then take it onto the low back. We want to stand up tall, full hip extension. All right, but hips are still under the shoulders, not out in front. Good. All right, and just warm up the abductors, because remember, we have external rotation, the squats and deadlifts. It's not really that crazy today. Again, keeping it more traditional, all right, with just a standard orthodox lifting exercises. You can't really get around them. It doesn't matter how weird reverse lunges you make the movement. All right, at the end of the day, you need to just get down to the basics, because that's where you're going to get stronger if you're looking to just not build strength, but also to build muscle, all right? And again, to be functional. All right, so almost there. Let's finish a little bit of an ab warm up. Walk it out, plank, walk it back in. So just giving those hamstrings a little mobility. Plank, walk it back in. Stand up tall. Let's get a couple more. Almost there. We're gonna hold that plank here. Hold the belly in. Strong vacuum holding for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and runner's lunge, alternating legs. So step up as high as you can. Just open up the glute on the stepping leg, open up the hip flexor on the long leg. You just continue to alternate, pull that belly in, keep that deep core engaged here for 3, 2, 1, stand up tall. Quick drink of water if you need it. We're gonna jump right into it. First move will be reverse lunges. So the weight should be fairly challenging, all right? So you can hold it suitcase style, What I like to do is hold in one hand, pass it off. We have 40 seconds of work at a time, so we're not rushing, but again, 8 to 12 reps, you'll probably get closer to that 12 rep range, but slow, steady wins the race. So take your time, control the movement. All right, focus on your form. Clean, clean form. All right, shoulders stacked over the hips or here, okay? If your weight's a little bit lighter and you wanna give yourself a little extra core challenge, you can goblet style, front rack style, to just activate those abs a little bit more. Or if you have a dumbbell, you can back rack it here. All right, so quick strength, we're jumping right in about 10 seconds. All right, you guys, so first moves up, like I said, reverse lunge. Get ready, we're starting in 3, 2, 1, let's begin. So what I like to do is to hold the weight on the same side of the stepping leg. It just kind of gives a little bit of room. You could do the same side as the front leg though, it's up to you. So notice I'm just kind of switching right at the top, keeping it simple. Good. Now remember, we are alternating legs here. So we're shooting for 8 to 12 per leg. Okay, 8 to 12 per leg. You don't need to count, but just keep that in mind. Take your time, full range of motion. Here for 3, 2, 1. On your back on the ground, leg lifts. So push that low back to the floor, tilt the pelvis. Let's begin. 6-inch, lift it up. 3, 2, 1, up. Good. 3, 2, 1, up. Boom, 90 degree. 3, 2, 1, up. If it's too hard with both legs, you keep one down, do one leg, and then switch. 3, 2, 1, all right, it's up to you. Good, 3, 2, 1, up, almost there, here for 3, 2, 1, and on your feet, let's go. Set number 2, you'll hear me say rounds and sets if you're new here. All right, they're interchangeable, okay, same thing. Rounds typically means for like circuit style. No, we're not doing circuits, but regardless, we're going through 3 different times. So don't get confused. Good. 10 seconds. You might have to work a little bit faster with that transition. 3, 2, and 1, leg lifts, right to it. So up on the 1, here for 3, 2, 1, up. Push that low back to the floor. Really engage that deep core, zip it up. For a less challenge, hands under the butt. More challenge, reach out front, get those shoulder blades off the ground. But remember, we're just starting off. So you have quite a bit of work ahead of you. I don't want to scare you away from trying hard, but just keep in mind what your abdominal endurance is. 3, 2, 1, let's go. Last set, best set. Finish strong. Good. We don't need to rush it. We don't want to be bouncy. Good. You want to stay in control. Shoulders stacked over the hips. Good. Good, really dig through the heel of that front leg. Woo! Almost there, here for 3, 2, and 1. Right away, leg lifts. Let's go. Lower it down. Boom, drive it up. 3, 2, 1, up. 3, 2, 1, up. 3, 2, 1, up. 3, 2, 1, up. Woo, you're doing good. I know it's hard. It's tough. Remember, you get a minute to rest after this. Good. Finish strong. Push that low back to the ground. You got less than 10. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1 rest. All right. So, first couplet done. We're just gonna move fast. Moving on. We have a 3 0-1 tempo squat. So holding that weight, preferably, like I said, it's very heavy, down in front of us. You can front rack, you can back rack, whatever works for you. But we're gonna go down for 3, 2, 1. We're not hanging out at the bottom. We're gonna go up, drive hard, not hang out at the top. So 3, 2, 1, up, 3, 2, 1, up, right? You get it. Second move will be windshield wipers. So we'll lay on our backs again. What we're gonna do this time, all right, if we're laying on our back, our legs are here, we're gonna take those legs, windshield wiper. So you're gonna think about keeping your shoulder blades glued to the mat as you twist your pelvis side to side, okay? If that's too hard, just take it within a range of motion that works for you, or you can go back to those leg lifts. Starting in 3, 2, 1, let's go, tempo squats. So 3, 2, 1, up, 3, 2, 1, up, 3, 2, 1, up, 3, 2, 1, up, right? You get it. Good, so shoot for 8 to 12. If you feel like you can get more in, right, you're not quite fatigued, take a little bit of time at the bottom, like maybe a 1 second pause. So you go 3, 2, 1, pause, up. 3, 2, 1, pause, up, right? All right, windshield wipers, let's go. So just something to keep in mind, I'm gonna come at an angle here so you can see. I guess I'm showing you my butt, sorry, okay. Here, so arms out to the side, take it slow to the left, back up, slow to the right. So think, again, keeping your shoulder blades, oh my goodness, glued to the floor. If it's too hard with your legs extended, bend the knees. Right, it's a little easier, there's not as much weight. But again, your shoulders stay still, right? The top half of your body and then the lower half pivots. 3, 2, 1, back up quickly, squats. Let's go. So you don't have to count, you go 3, 2, 1, up. 3, 2, 1, 2, right? You can count like that, 3, 2, 3, it's up to you. I'm not gonna count the whole time in case you're a little bit off from me. You can just kind of watch and follow along. Good, really dig those heels in. If you're taking your time on the descent, the eccentric portion, all right, you should be hitting 8 to 12 reps, closer to 8 to 10. Good, and windshield wipers again, let's go. So just at the angle here so you can see I'm going left and right. Good. Again, notice my shoulders are staying flat. I'm gonna have to go sideways. I'm losing room. You don't have to put your arms out like that. It just kind of gives you a little more of a base. I gotta turn my butt towards you, sorry. Good. We got 10 seconds left. Also, if you don't take such a wide angle, it won't be quite as challenging. So either bend the knees or drop it at less than 90. Let's go. Third, final set. Let's finish strong. Good. Whew. Good, so I think it's 4 seconds per rep. Probably more like 4.5. So you should nicely fit into that 8 to 10 rep range. So we're going slow on the descent, on the eccentric, because a really slow muscle under tension as it's lengthening is what's gonna really help build that strength. Let's go, final windshield wipers. Whew, something just pinched me. Good, back to the top. I know this one's hard. Whew. Good. You might find one side feels a lot harder than the other, or at least significantly enough for you to notice. That is a good, tell your body's giving you that you have an imbalance. All right, so your body's letting you know either one side's really, really tight and rest, or the harder side is very weak. So you spend a little extra time there. All right, moving on. Same thing, but with deadlifts. So If you have a dumbbell, you can just two-hand grip the center, or like if you have multiple dumbbells, it doesn't matter. Whether you have 2 dumbbells, 1 dumbbell, 1 kettlebell, 2 kettlebells, all right. But holding that weight down at your hips, hinging from the hips. All right, if you have a kettlebell, you might want to take a little bit of a wider stance. But keep in mind, the wider the stance, the less range of motion. So if you have a kettlebell, you might want to keep it a little bit higher. That way you can get a nice, good, full stretch of that glute. Second move will be toe touches. So you'll be on your back, your legs are going to be in the air, and we're going to go left to right, boom, reaching up for those toes, okay? So get ready. We're moving along fast. That minute is so quick. We're starting again in 3, 2, 1. Let's begin. Deadlift. So 3, 2, 1, up. Boom. So 3, 2, 1, or 3, 0, 1 tempo. 3, 2, 1, up. Make sure that you're pushing those hips back, keeping a nice flat back. Pull those lats down the back. So shoulders down away from the ears. Good. Try to be a little more powerful with your contraction. Good. Here for 3, 2, and 1. Toe touches. Let's go. On your back, legs in the air. Right to left to right. Boom. So we're getting that twist in, that rotation. Good. Nothing crazy, but you're gonna really feel it more in those upper abs. Good. Pretty simple. Keep breathing. Get that shoulder blade off the floor. When you reach off the floor, not just here, you're not doing this. There should be a good range of motion. I like to think about touching the pinky toes. Good, back up, let's go. Deadlifts again. So hinging down for 3, 2, 1, up. 3, 2, 1, up. Nice flat back, shoulders down, chest proud. Good, dig through those heels. Eyes up. We got 10 seconds left. Again, check in with those lats. Make sure your chest is proud, shoulders are pulled back. And toe touches. This is set number 2. Again, reach for those pinky toes, maybe even outside of the heel. Your legs don't have to be perfectly straight. In fact, I'd prefer it to kind of soft and bent. Good. Get those reps in, let's go. A little bit higher rep count here. We're moving a little faster, not a huge range of motion. Good. Again, we're really focused on building the leg strength. The abdominal strength will hit, but they're smaller muscles. All right, let's go. Finish strong. Back to the deadlift. Last set here. 3, 2, 1. Good. Stretch, 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 drag. Stretch, stretch, stretch. Good. Excellent work, you guys. Make sure you're not hyperextending, right? Your hips shouldn't be way out in front of you. If you feel it, starting to feel it in your low back, you're either not engaged in those lats or you're hyperextending too much at the top. 2, 1, and back to toe touches. Let's go. Legs up. Good, you got this. Come on, finish strong. Push it, push it. Earn that minute of rest. Woo! I know it's not crazy. Good. A little higher repetition. Reaching up, reaching far. Get a nice big contraction into there. 10 seconds left. Let's go. Come on, every rep, 3, 2, 1, and rest. If you feel like a beach whale or like a turtle, all right, I know. That's one thing with that move. Okay, we're done with the free weights. So you can toss that to the side. Just kidding, don't throw it. All right, but we do need your band. So your band is just gonna basically live and breathe above your knees until the end of the workout. So get comfortable with it there. All right, so just on the thighs, just above the knees, we're gonna do a forward lunge. So we did a reverse lunge, a little more glute focus. Next, we're gonna do a forward lunge. The key here is we wanna make sure we have 2 train tracks movement, keeping those knees pressing outwards the whole time. So we don't want them to pinch as we lunge, okay? So like so, boom. All right, kind of emphasize just a little bit, but it's really that back knee is gonna wanna drive it, is gonna wanna dip in. And then we have penguin, so on your back, crunching side to side. All right, let's go. Forward lunges, alternating legs, not quite as intense. Good. Good. I'm gonna drop mine just a little bit lower. It should not be around the knees. It should be just above the knees. Good. And again, you can find a little slower of a pace, a little slower of a descent, but we want to keep that outward tension on the knees, or on the band, I'm sorry. I just said not on the knees, and then I say on the knees. Good, eyes up. Shoulders back, chest proud. I know this might not feel too intense. Good, and let's get on the ground. We got penguins, so we're here. Get those shoulder blades off the ground, and reach up. Touching side to side, boom, boom, boom. So when we add that band and we're working for outward tension, right, you're gonna get some abduction and external rotation activation out of that. Woo! Good, stay with it. 10 seconds left. Oh, it's burning. Push that low back to the floor. I feel mine trying to come up. Really dig that deep core in 3, 2, 1, and up on the feet. If you feel like this is just super duper too easy, you can hold a weight in your hand just to add some more intensity to this move, okay? But I promise you, if you went heavy enough with those first 3 moves, you should think of this a little more accessory-like, because we're trying to focus a little bit more up here. Okay, not for aesthetics. I know everybody wants to grow the booty, all right? But because as women, we carry more of our weight in our lower body. Whether you have been pregnant, you plan to be pregnant, maybe you are pregnant. Good, and penguins. All right, just keep in mind, you want really strong hips. It's gonna help you keep strong supported knees, okay? And support that low back. Good. Again, you can slow it down. You don't have to go super fast. I was going into sprint mode with these. Good. Tuck that chin, eyes up. Woo! Push that low back to the floor. We have 10 seconds left here. All the way to the bell. And then we have one more set. 3, 2, and 1. Let's go. Third and final set. Forward lunges. My quads are starting to complain. Good. So it's not as intense on the way up, but again, a different way to activate because we're pushing against that band. I can feel it. They're really crying on the outside. Almost there. 10 seconds left. Chest high, eyes up. Do not rest before I tell you. Those legs are about to have a break for your penguins. 3, 2, and 1. Back down, let's go. And we're keeping those knees apart a little bit here, but remember this is your abdominal exercise. You probably are gonna feel a little bit. But if you're here, it's fine. Good, stay with it. We have a whole minute to rest after this. You better earn it. Shoulder blades off the ground, reaching as deep as you can for that heel. Come on, here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1 rest. Woo. All right, just leave that band where it is. Next move is a squat and a jackknife. So here, Remember, as you squat, all right, you're gonna be pushing those knees apart, outwards against the band. So not so much are you gonna feel it in your glutes, like at the bottom, like when we do normal squats, as much as you are gonna feel in the upper half of the glutes, okay? And still the quads, of course. But again, we're fighting more resistance outwards at this point than we are upwards, okay? But you can also hold the weight if you wanna amp it up. And then jackknife, so you'll lay on your back, hands to feet, okay? Pretty simple. Modifying, you could do elbows to knees. All right, more modification would just be to go back to those leg lifts. All right, so get ready in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go, banded squats. Like I said, drive those knees out. Following this pattern, boom. All right, don't let those knees pinch in. If you just cannot prevent them from pinching in, go to a lighter band. Good. Again, you're gonna be a little bit higher here, closer to that 12. You might even be able to go a little bit more. That's okay. You can just slow down your descent. Or you can add another band. Add a little more weight. Here for 3, 2, and 1 down for jackknife. So on your back, everything comes up, boom, everything comes down. More modified, elbows to knees, elbows to knees. Full modification, you could even just do this instead of a leg lift. If you want to mix it up a little bit. Good. Get that full extension through the abdominals. Try not to throw your arms. I know that feels a little, there's a little temptation there to do that. 3, 2, 1. Back up squats, round number 2. Good. And just check in with your foot pattern. Over the years, I've become less of a stickler for super perfect everything in line, because realistically every day we don't move like that. You might squat down and pick something off the floor, one foot's a little closer than the other. It's okay. If you're going really heavy weight, yes. If you want to make sure that we don't have a major imbalance. All right, but like so, my right foot's a little more cockeyed than the other. It's not the end of the world. I'll just fix it when I notice it. 3, 2, 1. Good, and jackknives. Good. I just did it, but don't do it. Try not to let everything just fall and collapse. Control on the way up, control on the way down. This one's harder. This move, so stay in control. I remember quality reps over quantity. This is not a cardio. This is not an endurance, muscular endurance. This is a strength day. 3, 2, 1. Third and final set. Let's go. Finish strong with those squats. Boom. Again, push those knees out. All right, activate through those glutes, those more supportive muscles. Like I said, not just for aesthetics, but for performance, for function. Good, chest high, eyes up. If it's burning, you let those legs burn. Embrace it, rub it out. Pat the fire out. Almost there, here for 3, 2, 1, and jackknives, let's go. Minute of rest after we finish. Good, stay with it. Breathe out as you come up. Good, finish strong, you guys. You got it. We have 15 seconds. Woo! I know it burns, I know it's hard. Take a deep breath. Push through it, get that rep in. Every rep counts. Here for 3, 2, 1, and rest. All right, you guys. We're going to stay on the floor. Could you tell that was heavy? Okay. Forgot my microphone's really close. Okay, we're gonna stay on the floor. Next move is an elevated clamp. So we're gonna get, all right, on the side body here. It's not gonna be like super ab focused. Okay, but we're gonna do left side, right side, so you'll just wanna flip over. But you're gonna be elevated, keeping those hips up. So remember, this bottom leg, right, this bottom side is working isometrically as we work, all right, concentrically. I feel like that's not exactly the right word, but okay, on the top. Remember, you'll be isometrically working on the bottom. I really want to say it concentrically, but all I can think about is the circle, so I feel like that's not correct. All right, starting in 3, 2, 1, let's go. Isokinetically. Ooh, I guess they're contractions, but yeah, that was not right. Sorry about that. Oh boy. I promise I'm up to date. We're just gonna call it, blame it to mom brain. Good, again, try to aim for that 8 to 12. So again, take it slow, taking control. If you have a pattern, a habit of just rushing your reps all the time, A, you're either not challenging yourself with enough weight, with enough resistance, or you're not really there. You're kind of just going through the motions. 1, and switch. So just something to think about. If you notice you tend to just blast through your reps all the time, doesn't necessarily mean you're going to get results out of just doing more reps. Depends on what you're working towards. But when we're trying to build strength, we're trying to build muscle, you really got to take your time. Each rep should be a pretty good challenge. Not so challenging that you're fatigued by the very end, but closer to it. Here for 3, 2, 1, other side. So what's a doozy about this move, this couplet, is that you're not getting a full recovery because my right side is working, the left side is isometrically working, and then we flip it over and they both continue to work, but they're just flip-flopping. So get ready for that booty burn. Good, push off through your forearm, through that knee. Make sure you're engaged through this underside. Good, 5 seconds left, couple more. Here for 3, 2, and 1. Switch it. It's gonna finish strong here, you guys. You got it, let's go. Woo! Good, I know that last workout, that last strength workout was glutes, so you might still be feeling it. Oh my goodness. Good, lift, lift, lift. Stay with me, come on, 10 seconds left. Oh, it burns so good. Like I said, if you're feeling the burn, pat out the fire. 3, 2, 1. Let's finish last set for each, and then you're done for the day. Oh my goodness. If you feel you just cannot perform, all right, you can't get them in, you can keep your hips down just to take the workload out of the bottom side. Good. You got it, come on. Woo! Slow and steady wins the race. Slow and steady builds the muscle. 10 seconds. You're strong, you're tough. Let's go, no whining. I feel like I'm extra close to you, sorry. 3, 2, and 1, other side. Good, good, drive those knees apart. Check in with that range of motion. Make sure one rep's not all the way out here and the next rep's a half. Oh my gosh. Ah! Getting out of bed is not gonna be fun in the morning. Keep going, you guys. Stay with it. We have 10 more seconds in. Toughen up, let's finish strong. Every rep counts, baby. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1 rest. Oh my goodness. Let's just, you never see me do a cool down on the ground, but Just sit here for a second. Quick drink of water if you need it. Okay. Let's do our pull down on the ground today. That's what I'm feeling like. Oh, just hinge forward, real gentle. Thank you so much for joining me. Very nice job today. That was intense. Like I said, if you feel like you have a hard time building muscle at home, oftentimes might be the programming, depending on what you're doing. Might be your frequency, all right, of what you're hitting. Maybe it's just very disorganized. All right, but something to think about is, okay, how much are you really challenging yourself within every set? All right, so don't be afraid to get those heavier weights. Maybe you just don't have access to it right now. There's a lot of ways to create more tension, so whether that's with time, right? So going slower, maybe it's with a little bit of power, so being a little more explosive in the contraction, so like when the muscle shortens, all right? Or let's just kind of windshield wiper the legs. Maybe it's increasing like the range of motion, so instead of doing a lunge, you could do Bulgarian split squats, Bulgarian split squats, stuff like that. So just keep that in mind, but you want to have some kind of regimen, right? Make sure you're hitting that muscle group at least once a week. If you're really trying to build muscle, twice a week, all right? And then if you're trying to build a lot of strength, okay, aiming for that real heavy weight with a lower rep range, okay? But I have a whole post about all this fun stuff on the website. It's like strength training plan, something along those lines, so just kind of search through it, but or search for it in the search bar, but it really breaks down like the rep ranges and stuff. That's not to say you can't build muscle unless you do like a very, we'll call it boring, like that bodybuilder-esque style of lifting where you go in this day, you do this workout with this many reps at this. Yes, that's one way to do it. It's effective, but I'm gonna be honest with you, rarely have I ever trained like that, ever. And I've still been able to put muscle on, while doing it. It's just, to me, I think more about, am I challenging myself within the workout with the weight? So do I feel like I'm close to fatigue by the time I'm done with the sets? And then making sure that I'm hitting that muscle group. I like to try, if I'm trying to like build up my upper body, try to hit the upper body like twice a week with that challenging weight, or lower body, what have you. All right, so otherwise, you guys, that's it for today. So till next time, stay strong, stay tough.